Get ready with me while I talk to you about the 4 books that I read in February. February wasn't the best reading month for me, but we did pack up the entire house, got sick, and then moved 1,400 miles away, so I'm calling 4 books a win. The first book I read in February was Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. I didn't know what to expect with this book. I like to go into books relatively uninformed about the tropes and what's going to happen. And I do think I was quite surprised on how much I would like the book, because typically whenever I think of a second chance, I think of a third act breakup, but I do think I like a second chance, especially whenever it comes to contemporary romances. It's just a much more emotional and touching story, in my opinion, and I love a romance that is going to break my heart. The second book that I read in February is Where Sleeping Girls Lie by Farida Ibeke Yemede, and I buddy read this with Chris. We both saw it on each other's February TBRs and decided to just do an impromptu buddy read. For a YA novel, I was a bit surprised on the heaviness of the topics that were covered, but I do think that the author handled it with care. I also think that it was a great book to buddy read with someone, and this and the Six of Crows duology made me realize that maybe I do like reading young adult books. With my preconceived biases, I had previously avoided YA books at all costs, but this made me realize that maybe I need to pick up a few more. I also read Yellowface by R.F. Kuang in February, and this was an interesting book. I think I would have preferred it had I not read it the way that I did. I listened to the audiobook, and I'm not saying anything about the audiobook. It was fantastic. It really brought the characters to life, but I listened to the audiobook all in one sitting. I do love a book with unlikable characters, and I thought the execution of this was really good. I think just listening to June's thoughts for 8 hours straight was just a little too much for me. And it was really fun though, and I did like the conversations that came out of it. And the last book that I finished reading in February is Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. This is a slower paced read until it gets to the last 3 chapters, and I swear all hell breaks loose. It was actually insane. Everything happened all at once, and I was like, I read that part so fast. The rest of the book I did take my time with. I ended up starting it in January and really wanted to give it the time that it deserved, since it is the beginning of a very long series. The characters are so well done. I love a character-driven story, so I really did enjoy this, and I'm hoping to get to Royal Assassin in March. But that's all as far as the books I read in February. I didn't have the best reading month as far as quantity is concerned, but quality was definitely there, and I really did enjoy the books that I read.